engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Minot State Professional Communications Department proudly brings to you the Stria Sports Podcast with your host, Parker Stria. Hello and welcome back to the Stria Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Parker Stria, and on today's episode, I'm going to be talking to a brand new member of the Minot community. I'm by no means a professional, but I do love talking about sports, so thank you for joining me. This man has more than 20 years of coaching experience. He has spent time as the head coach at Eastern Oregon University, Lenoir-Rhyne, and Jacksonville University. He has been the offensive coordinator at Army, California Polytechnic State University, Bucknell University, and St. Mary's College of California. He spent his last 3 years as an assistant, analyst, and top advisor to the head coach at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. He was also recently announced as the 22nd head football coach in Minot State University history. He is the one, the only, Mr. Ian Shields. Thank you for joining me. How are you doing today?
Doing great. Excited to be here and talk a little bit about Beaver football here.
Thank you. Thank you for joining me. So I just got a couple quick get-to-know-you questions, just easy. Nothing too serious. So number one, I just got, what's your favorite type of pizza?
Oh, that's a good question. So since I've been in Minot, I've had pizza at a few different places in the last month because I've been here about a month now. And I'll have to say the bowling alley pizza here is pretty outstanding, underrated. Mm-hmm. And we went with the combination. I'm big on combinations, but no mushrooms.
Okay. And what is your favorite NFL team?
Okay, so the favorite NFL team has been since – I'm going to date myself here a little bit, but since about 1977, the Oakland Raiders, okay, right, which is now the Las Vegas Raiders, obviously. So always been a Raider fan, grew up, when the era when they used to be really good, and they haven't been good for a while now.
Well, hopefully they'll be getting Rodgers from my favorite team. You guys will be winning a Super Bowl this year. If you could have any superpower, what would it be?
Superpower, that's an interesting one. Maybe foresee the future.
Ooh.
Yeah, maybe foresee the future. I don't know. Maybe that takes some mystery out of it too. So, I don't know. I guess you can never be too fast. Maybe some speed. I'd like some turbo speed would be great. Give me some Superman stuff.
Two very great options. This one is kind of a highly contested one. Are you Team LeBron James or Team Michael Jordan?
So I get in this argument with my sons because they're like in your age demographic, right? So the new group never saw Mike at his peak. Mm-hmm. I think it's a double. I'm a Michael Jordan guy. I'll say Michael Jordan to me is the best ever. But I will say this: LeBron's made a real case for himself because the longevity of what he's done, all-time leading scorer. There's a strong case for LeBron as he continues to build his legacy. He's done it longer than Michael has. Yeah. I think Michael at his peak was the best. But you could even go back further, and Bill Russell has a pretty strong case. He won 11 NBA championships. Mm-hmm. Michael and just nobody saw it. No one alive saw it unless you're over 70 years old. So. Yeah. But he was as dominant as there ever was, and Kareem was dominant forever. Mm-hmm. And so there's been a lot of greats. I think at the top of Goat Mountain, I think they're all about even. They're all special in their own way.
Mm-hmm. And lastly, are you a glass half empty or a glass half full type of guy?
Oh, it's all full. It's all full. It's not even past half full. It might be tipping over full. We're, like I said, that's the only way to look at it. I choose to live, choose to coach, to be relentlessly positive. It's always easy to find a negative and make excuses and complain. That's some of the rules that we go by. With no whining, no complaining, no excuses. Nobody cares. Mm-hmm. Just find a way to get done.
Love to hear it. So jumping into the bulk of this, so how have you been enjoying Minot so far? And you're about a month or just over a month in being here.
Yeah, it's been great. I'm excited. I really have enjoyed getting to know the guys on the team. That's the first things first is, it's been straight work since we got here. I was signed three days before signing date, so we've been, like I say, juggling flaming chainsaws or drinking out of a fire hose. Like we've been going nonstop as a staff, getting my staff here. But we've loved it. We love the campus community, the community at large. Certainly on the players of the team have been a real bright spot for me to get to know them personally and, move this program forward. That's the goal.
Nice. What led you to Minot State? Kind of talk me through how that came to fruition after, of course, Minot State's last head coach contract wasn't renewed, and then just a couple months later, you're announced as the 22nd head coach.
Yeah, well, that's the nature of the business. It's a pretty volatile industry, and if you get in this business, you're going to be on the move typically, probably a little more than you even like, either one way or the other. So was fortunate, I've been a head coach at 3 different universities. I've been a coordinator at a bunch as well, as you mentioned earlier, Parker, and it was just an opportunity for me to be a head coach again. I had the itch to scratch, and I wanted an opportunity, and I saw this as a really unique opportunity where they haven't been good here. I mean, we've never had a winning season in Division II football since we made that jump from NAI to D2. So it's a chance for us to make history here. I see a lot of reasons we should win and can win here. Mm-hmm. We got a city of 50,000 people. We got an international airport here. We got a great education at an affordable price. We got a bubble where we can practice. There's a lot of positives here. Where we can attract quality student athletes here and put together a plan and do things uniquely, do them our way, but make a run in this conference here soon.
Yeah, so did Minot State reach out to you about the position, or did you see that they had a vacant spot and you kind of reached out to them?
A little bit of both. I mean, that's kind of how it works in this industry. You always know somebody somewhere and have a connection somewhere. And it's hard to typically in this industry to get a job just cold, so was fortunate we made that connection. Kevin Forty, our athletic director, reached out to me and, got in the interview process, and, it led us to where we're at today. So I was fortunate. I was impressed when I came on campus initially in the interview process with our administration here. Dr. Shelley was outstanding. Everyone I met. So I see a lot of reasons for optimism here with the leadership here on campus, and then the quality young men that we can recruit here. And we're having a lot of success right now as we speak in the recruiting process with guys. We had 10 recruits on campus this weekend. So we're working hard. And we're putting in overtime. And then, we started spring practice in 15 days. So, there's a lot going on right now.
And I know we kind of touched, or you especially kind of touched on spring ball a little bit earlier. And it, like you said, does start in just a couple weeks. I believe it's, you said 15 days from today?
15 days. Tuesday the 21st.
How important is spring ball going to be for you and your staff to get a look at this talent on the roster that you guys, other than Coach DeYoung and Coach Pham, you guys haven't coached any of these players, so how important is spring ball going to be?
Oh, it's critical. It's critical for us just to get some foundations of the program and some philosophical stuff, how we do business on the field. I mean, we've started heading that direction, like how we're doing business in the weight room and the off-season conditioning program and our fourth quarter program. But to actually get out there and do football and line them up and see how they move and throw and block and catch and all the fundamentals of football, how they can transition to our system, our coaching style, in all 3 phases. No one talks about the kicking game either, but we got to figure that out too. So there's a lot. It's going to be a journey of discovery here, and we're going to learn a lot about each other. We're going to learn a lot about these kids. But I said it's going to be great. Like, we need to do it, and it's going to be fun. I know our guys are excited to get the helmet and shoulder pads back on and actually do some football.
Okay. Do you, as the head coach, have any goals for the upcoming fall season, whether that's individual goals for you yourself or just kind of as the team as a whole?
Well, we have team goals, and the first one is to play with perfect effort. We don't say good effort or great effort. We say we play with perfect effort. So we have to learn how to start doing that, to play, the average college football play lasts 6 seconds. So we got to learn how to play all 6 seconds all the time, from A to B as fast as we can. And that's a habit as well. So we got to learn how to play harder. And then, aside from that, then after effort, then I want us to have a team GPA over 3.0. That's one of our team goals. We're pretty close to that right now, actually. So we'll see how this semester goes. We're making some strides that way. And then the next one is have a winning season. That's never been done here. Like, I don't believe since it's been Division II here at Minot State, there's been a pro team that's won 4 games here. So But the goal is, right now the goal is winning season, and to put it into like FBS terms, to be bowl eligible. Let's go win 6 games. And if we win 6 games, that's a heck of an accomplishment because it's never been done here before. And I think for all of our players and our staff, that's a realistic goal at some point here in the near future that we can obtain if we're doing things the right way and playing the right way and playing with great effort and doing all the little things. And then we got to coach and get some talent in, some more talent to add to this roster as well, and we're in that process. So I think that's the big, hairy, ambitious goal that's out there right now is let's go do something that everyone says can't be done here. That's one of the reasons that attracted me to this position, frankly. Chance to go make history and do something that everyone said was really hard and couldn't be done. Well, let's go prove people wrong. Let's go have a chip on our shoulders and prove that we can. There's no reason we shouldn't win here, frankly. We got a great situation here. I said we got a great city, we got a great community, we got scholarships, we got more than half the teams in the conference. We got a bubble. There's a lot of reasons I can point why we should win here. Mm-hmm. We just got to get everyone in alignment and going in the right direction.
Perfect. I'm really excited to hear that. And my last question is just what is your message going forward to anyone who may doubt you, this new staff, and just this team as a whole?
Well, there's always going to be cynics and doubters and non-believers. There's people that don't, cynics and doubters and believers that don't believe in LeBron, so I can't worry about those people. I'm not going to worry about them. I think if you do things right, you treat people right, you give it an honest effort, then it all takes care of itself. And then some people that might be on the fence, we can get them back on the bandwagon. I'll tell some of those people that are on the fence right now, start getting your ankles taped up because I don't want you to sprain it when you're jumping on the bandwagon when we get this thing turned around.
Love it. Some of these phrases you use, and I love them. And then, okay, so just I'm out of my questions, but just if people want to find you, whether that's recruits, people in the community, people at Minot State, if they want to find you, where can they find you at?
Well, the easiest place to find all of us coaches right now is on Twitter. Not everyone's in the Twitterverse, I understand that, but that's where recruiting takes place. That's, this younger generation, the guys, your age, Parker, or even younger in high school, right? They're on their phones, 8, 9, 10 hours a day. That's where they're living, and that's where we have to go meet them. That's a fertile recruiting ground. That's for better or worse. That's just the way it is. Now I'm not a big TikTok guy. I don't go down that road. Okay, but Twitter. Only old people are on Facebook too. By the way, so old people are on Facebook. Instagram's a little bit of everything, and then but Twitter's where the recruiting happens. So that's the easiest place to find all of us because we all got our names out there and our handles and our little shticks we're going through. But it's fun actually. The recruiting part of it's fun. And then obviously, we'll be out there for spring practice and training camp, and we'll be in the community. So we'll be actively engaged in every area.
Perfect. So you guys heard it here first. If you want to reach any of the Minot State coaches, make sure you go to Twitter, and they'll find you. Once you got to reach out to them first, though. They're not going to come for you. But
unless they're really fast and have eligibility left, then we might go find them.
Then they will search for you. Well, that is all I have for you guys today. Once again, this is head coach Ian Shields, head coach for the Minot State football team. Spring practice starts in 15 days, and be sure to look out for them this fall with a new revamped focus and motivation for this Beavers team. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode. Thank you for tuning in, and I will catch you all next time. Peace.